Welcome back to Pelican Bay's Corner, the PBC, with your boy PBK9s, giving it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Like I always say, some gonna like it and some ain't. Big thank you to all the brothers and sisters that was tuned in to the live last night, whether you was just watching or you was listening and watching. Big thank you to everybody, man, that support the channel from across the world, from the top of the globe to the bottom, from the right to the left. Like I always say, you know, the amount of haters, it never stop. They accumulate every day. They accumulate every day. You know, so having haters is something I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? It don't stop you from going forward. It don't stop you from moving forward unless you want to be stopped. A lot of these folk out here want to be stopped. They want to get stopped in their tracks. They want to go backwards. I ain't into that walking 5 steps backwards, 1 step forward, 10 steps backwards, 2 steps forward. That ain't my style. You know what I'm saying? I understand you may stop, you may walk 10 steps forward and you may come to a pause, but I ain't with that walking backwards. You know what I'm saying? So big thank you to everybody that support the channel, and don't stop supporting the channel. Continue to support. It's much love on my end. Anytime I can help, anytime I can help when it comes to these pets or animals, not just the pit bull. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell brothers, I gotta separate myself from a lot of shit. You know, I can help brothers outside of pit bulls. Any type of dog that you need help with. I don't care what breed of dog it is. If you think I can help you, or you think just want to see if I can help you, hit me up in my inbox, messaging me. And like I said last night, I gotta start getting on Instagram a little more because I miss a lot of my messages on Instagram. You know, I don't really be on Instagram like that. And if it wasn't for me promoting, I wouldn't be on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I'm only on Facebook to do my promotion and stuff like that. So if you need any help with any type of animals or any type of pets, you know, hit me up. And even if I don't know it, I may know somebody that know the answer for you. You know, and like I said, I appreciate all the love out there, man. We got some news today, a lot of good news when it comes to these dogs. And you know, the first thing I want to say before I get into the news is I, I and I wanted to speak about this last night. No more breedings this year for me. I don't got time to do any more breedings. If you're getting one off this litter that I got now, you know, that's gonna be pretty much it for this year for me. You know, I got one more female available. If anybody want a female, Red Boy Jocko Bolio, it's coming down off a family of two half brothers, Big John and Mayday. Basically, is what it is, and your STP buck as well on the bottom side of this litter. Um, so I got one female available if you know you want to get a puppy. Other than that, I'm done with it for the year. Got to focus on my craft. Got to focus on what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of the stuff I say, you may think I'm just talking shit, or you may think uh, uh, I'm talking a little too much shit. But I can't subject myself to be in a situation where you're taking 2 steps forward and 5 steps backwards. 1 step forward, 10 steps backwards. 4 steps forward, 30 steps backwards. That ain't my style. That ain't what I'm trying to do. You know, and I understand when you take 10 steps forward sometime, you may come to a pause where you got to pause. But I ain't with that walking backwards. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that. You know, and in this pit bull game, a lot of folk want you to walk backwards. A lot of folk want you to bow down. A lot of folk want you to walk with your head down, you know. And I tell brothers, when I say walking with your chest out, that don't necessarily mean around no tree huggers, around the people that's talking trash about the pit bulls. Walk with your head high around everybody. You know, a lot of people bow their head when they get around amongst certain dog men and feel like they less of them. That ain't my style. I'll never feel less of another man. You know what I'm saying? And especially when I know my credentials go just as far as the next man's gonna do. You know, at the end of the day, anybody who got any questions about any kind of animals, hit me up. I'm not gonna subject my knowledge to just pit bulls. I know how to deal with all dogs. You know, all breeds of dogs. So if you got any questions on any dog, any breed, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And we will just handle it like that. But don't forget, I said this is my last litter for the year. You know, some brothers maybe want to say, oh, I'm gonna wait till the next litter. It's, all I'm saying is it only gets higher. Like the brother said the other day, yesterday's price ain't today's price. You know what I'm saying? And any place I put my foot at on this God green earth, I know how to triple my worth. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that, man. Now we're gonna get into this news real quick. Now y'all remember I gave y'all the Las Vegas situation where the woman left the dog JetBlue at the Las Vegas airport counter. Where JetBlue has found a new home or got a new home, a new family. That's JetBlue new family, and it happens just that fast. One day she was with this person or he was with this person. The next day, since that person didn't want to take care of him right, the next day he or she's with a totally different family, a family that's gonna love her the right way. So much props to the family for stepping up to adopt JetBlue. I'm quite sure you'll enjoy the dog because she looks like a playful dog. Look like a dog that's, that's why I say that dog would have no problem getting adopted out. And I'm quite sure they could have sold that dog for whatever price they wanted to sell the dog for, if they wanted to sell the dog. So that's how the news starting off the day, man. Now the next article, like I said, we talking about nothing but good stuff when it comes to the news today. We got a Pitbull mix. They like to say Pitbull mix that helps the officers find the toddler. The toddler wandered off from home barefooted out there, got lost. Little girl, I want to say, and the police found her. And the pit bull came up to the police officer and tugged him on the leg, pulled him on the leg, and took him back to the house where the baby belonged. So what we're gonna do is look at the body cam footage of that. I think it's a little vocals in there, and I may have the video for it as well. But for sure, I know it's the body cam footage. So we're gonna check that out, and then we're gonna get into the next article of news that we got.
Yeah, I just saw one.
Follow this dog. Coming around here.
Yeah, I just saw one. Where are you going? You might be back down here.
Do we want to try to follow this dog? Coming around here.
Yeah, I just saw one. Where are you going? You might be back down here.
Do we want to try to follow this dog?
Now this next dog is a pit bull as well. The dog stayed in the animal shelter for 2 years. And once you start getting over that 2-year mark, they start counting down. It may be time to put you to sleep. But somebody adopted this dog. After 2 years, he was adopted. And 2 days after being adopted, he saved his family from a house fire, or what could have been a house fire. So I'm gonna let y'all get into this video. Pitbull saves family from fire 2 days after being adopted. And if you tell me that ain't the Lord's work, that ain't the Lord's work. Them folk when they went and adopted that dog, whatever that, however that fire would have went down, it would have went down, and they would have just been in the house and probably could have lost their lives. So thank the Lord that they adopted that dog, because 2 days later, he saved their life. Let's get into it.
Talk about perfect timing. A Dearborn County family adopted a dog that had been waiting 2 years for a home.
And in just 48 hours, she saved their lives.
Brittany Harry has the remarkable story.
Only a couple of days after being adopted, Layla Lou saved her family from what could have been a very tragic situation. Her family says they are so happy to have her home and are grateful for what she did. On January 28th, Deborah Watkins and her grandson Logan came to Paws of Dearborn County wanting to adopt an American Staffordshire Terrier.
Don't judge a dog by the breed so quickly. They're all individuals like we are all individuals. You can't cast a broad blanket on these dogs and think it's correct.
Layla Lou was Cindy Lou at the time. The Watkins say she stood out because of her personality. Layla had been at the shelter for 2 years.
She not only saved our home, but she saved our home from boredom. She is always doing something funny, She loves laying on people, licking, kissing. She's just really, really happy we took her home.
She has just been a joy and a wonderful dog.
Wait on. Good girl.
On Layla's second night in her new home, Deborah says she woke up to Layla trying to get her attention.
Layla came in my room and was very aggressively trying to wake me up. When I got up, I discovered that the house was filling up with smoke.
Deborah says the smoke was because of this log that was placed in the family's wood-burning fireplace. It didn't quite fit, Deborah says, so it was taken out and left on a pile of logs.
She prevented definitely what could have been a fire where we would have needed fire department response and probably smoke inhalation. The smoke was pretty thick upstairs in the house as smoke rises.
Deborah says she's unsure what would have happened that night if Layla hadn't woken her up. What she does know is that Layla has certainly found her forever home. Well, there are plenty of animals here at Paws of Dearborn County that need a loving forever home like Layla now has. So her family and shelter staff are hoping that you will consider adoption. Reporting in Dearborn County, Brittany Harry, Fox 19 Now.
Now let me ask y'all, do y'all know this fella right here named Daniel? This guy here named Daniel from Ohio but moved to the West Coast. I told y'all brothers, man, these West Coast dudes be hating. You know, either that or you want attention. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my real brothers on the West Coast like King Lone Swipe. You know, salute to the real brothers on the West Coast that ain't bought all that hating shit. And that seems like it seems to be in y'all repertoire, hating. You know what I'm saying? Got up under my comments talking about my dogs, right? As usual, as the next person do. Nobody wants my dogs. If nobody don't want them, what would make you get up under my comments? And then he says, all I do is call the police on these dog men or police to these dog men or something like that, he said. Anybody know this? Look at my news. If you watch my news, these motherfuckers is giving themselves up. Nobody got to go police on these brothers. They putting themselves in that situation. And the people that's really going police on you, you don't talk about it. You want to put the blame on the bait. And like I said before, I could take the blame. It is what it is. Bring it all. Bring it all. Bring it on. Bring it on. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say, however you feel like bringing it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the news don't stop. You don't want to make the news? Don't make the news. Plain out and simple. That shit don't change. You know, some gonna like it and some ain't. The day Daniel don't like it. You know? And one thing I've been seeing, and I noticed lately, man. Y'all brothers on that social media, Facebook shit, all y'all do is worry about another man trying to make his come up. Y'all don't put no energy in coming up. All y'all do is worry about another man coming up. Trying to tell another man what his value is. Oh, you not valuable as this. You not valuable as that. Blah, 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 blah. Sit your bitch ass down and play your position as a dweller, bottom feeder. Play your motherfucking position. You know? That's all you got to do, man. If you don't like what this brother's saying about his dogs, you don't like what I'm saying about what's going on, what you going to do about it? If you're not going to do nothing about it, why say something about it? You know? All it shows is, like I said before, lack of ambition, lack of any kind of dreams that you're trying to have, lack of anything. All you got a lot of is hate, envious, jealousy, and no go. No go for sure. You're like a car with no gas in it. You know? Yeah, you can toot your horn, but you can't go nowhere. You know? Yeah, you can yell out the window, but you can't go nowhere. So, man, at the end of the day, like I said, that shit is just crazy how y'all just sit there and just hate on brothers. You know, a brother don't even got to say nothing bad or say nothing to y'all. Post this stuff, and I ain't even talking about me. I'm just talking about in general. Post what he got going on, enjoying his day, and y'all got something to come up under there and talk about. That's exactly why you're where you're at right now. You know what I'm saying? Exactly where you at right now. Don't get mad at the next brother because they want to achieve. I keep telling y'all remind me of motherfuckers in school that mad because you making good grades and they not. Mad because you gonna graduate and be able to go to college and they can't. Mad because you want to graduate, period, and they want to drop out and they want to cut class. It's like, oh man, y'all motherfuckers are suckers. It seemed like at some point you will understand the objective to life out here. But you wouldn't believe how many people don't. How many people are content with being suckers. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I guess, folk just going to be what they going to be, regardless, at the end of the day. Salute to all these brothers out here doing what they want to be doing with the dogs. Like they say, boys do what they can, men do what they want. Or men do what they want, boys do what they can. That's how it's always going to be, man. Stand on what you stand on and be about your business out here. PBK9s, y'all have a great Sunday. Enjoy your day. Stay legal when it comes to these American Pitbull Terriers. Like I always say, don't forget, like I said, got one female available. If you're looking for an American Pitbull Terrier, Red Boy Jocko, Bolio dog. And what else can I say? Just enjoy y'all day, man. Enjoy y'all day. I'll see y'all brothers and sisters later. And I'm